Hello and welcome everyone to part 14 of the web development in Python with Django. In the previous tutorial, we learned how to upload and manage images in our Django website. Also, we learned how to upload the images for our profile, user, and etc. for our series, for articles and etc. But what's the purpose if we can't manage our series and pages from the front end? We are locked to do all this stuff in a back end in an admin panel. So in this Django tutorial, I decided to make a short tutorial to show you how we can simply implement all this stuff so we could manage, update, delete, and create articles and series just in here in the front end if we have a right authorization for that. So let's go to my code. I have already running the server. So first I go to my main application, and where is the URLs? Here we need to create many more URLs for our purposes. So first I copy this one, and here I'll create a path that I'll call new series, and view will be equal to the same stuff, and here will be series create. I create another URL that I'll use to create a new post. This will be equal to this one, and here we see post create instead of series create. Then is a series, and we need to add a few more links here. So we want to be able to update this series. So we create a link to do that, and this will be called series update. And the name will be equal to that. So I copy this, and another one, if we are updating, we are sure we would like to create one. We would like to delete one. So I type a delete. Here's delete and series delete. Cool. And we need to create the same stuff for article. I copy this one, article, and this will be also update, article, update, and this will be, the name will be article update. Then I copy this one and I'll replace this one and create one with a delete. Great. So this will be all the links and URLs for our series and post, update, delete, and creation. So right now we have these URLs. Now on the next step, we need to create a views for all these functions. So I copy all these. It will be way quicker. I go to my views somewhere here, and here I am sure that we have a home page and we have a series. I removed one. So I go back. I see that I removed original one. That's an article. That's mine. That I removed it. Cool. Yep. And now I go back to my views. There is a many errors that tells me that what the hell I'm doing here. So right now we have these views that I know that they are my functions that I don't have. I mark them. I remove these, and I remove everything to the end. I go back and I'll define these new functions that will be equal to request, and all of them will return redirect for now. Redirect, well, to home page. Right now I don't have redirect imported, so let's import it. From shortcuts I import redirect. Yeah, I have these imports. I don't need this anymore. Redirect. Oh yeah, that's cool. I need to modify these. Not all these needs are requests. So for example, series update and delete need also a series name. And for example, talking about articles, we need to know what series this article is and what is the article. Right now we know that we will need to modify all these functions. So now for next thing, I need to create a forms. Forms.py. It will be very similar to my user forms. So I'll use this import, but first I here from Django import forms, and I'll add this one. I'll use a class series create form, and this will be equal single form, and here will be a class meta where the model will be equal to article series, and field will be equal to something. So we go to my models, article series, and these I have these kind of rows, records. So simplest is simply to copy all of them and like this and mark everything to the end. I delete, add the column, home, like that. I don't need published and author because these are will be not able to edit, and these fields will be editable. So I copy this, and I need to create a duplicate for article. So this will be article create form meta. It will be equal to article, and I go back to my models. I simply copy all of these the same as I did for my article series. I copy them and I mark everything here, and I mark everything here. Published will be automatically generated. Modified will be also automatically modified time when we modify it. Series, image, and of course article. We can't modify our author of our article. Right now we have series create form, article create form, and we need to modify forms for this. So I copy this again because I'll create an article series update form and article update form. And now our slug will be not changeable. That's important because usually if we create some topic or URL and we, for example, share the link in a multiple websites, for example 100, we don't want to change the URL because you can't change a URL in all these 100 places where it was posted. So it's better always to stick to the same link and never change it. So the same is for article slug. We don't want to change it. Cool. So we finished creating these forms. I can save it, and I think that it shouldn't give us any errors if I run my server. New series, it don't have this kind of URL. And if I go to here, that's strange because we have it. Oh, maybe I haven't saved it. Yeah, that's true. And there is no errors, and my website is running the same as before. To make sure, we can go here, refresh it, and everything works the same. We go to cats, things, and etc. Everything works the same. That's what I expect. Right now, we are sure that, for example, all these functions might be accessed only for the author of these published series or the articles. But in my case, I'm creating this whole tutorial series of Django that only I am able to do that, and only the admin can create, modify, delete, and etc. stuff. But we would like to create a decorators, same as we did in the previous tutorial for my users. So I go here and I copy the decorators, copy, and I paste them to my main application. In here, instead of checking if the user is authenticated, I'm checking if not user is a super user. So because we always want that will be super user. Otherwise, if you want to have the rights to do that, you need to modify according to your needs. Also, we would like to type that contrib import messages. So I import the messaging. So for example, if the person don't have authentication to access this function, it will be informed about that. So I create messages error function where I call the request, and here as a message I'll give him you are not authorized to access this school. And later I'll change this description letter to meet the requirements, not to waste time. I'm not touching it right now. And that's cool. I save it. I go back to my views because I'll need to import this decorator. Here in the views, I type from .decorators import. We need to change the name. User is super user. and we will import this from decorators user is super user, and we'll apply this decorator for all these functions like that. Make it more readable. Cool. So right now, because we are trying to access same template for homepage and series records or article records, we need to specify our object type somewhere. So we do this in our views. So we go to homepage, and here where we return the object that it's matching series, I add additional line where I write type and it's equal to series. And I do the same for my series where I'll give it a type and it will be article. Because we made this change, we need to make a similar change in our homepage. We open our homepage and have it in templates, main and home. And here I need buttons here. So first we are checking whether the user is the right one for this buttons. So I'm checking if object author is equal to user, and if it is, we call a div where the style will be equal to float right, because we want to float right. And here inside this div we are creating, we are checking, actually not creating. Okay, I need to end this if, and here I'm checking, yeah, I'm ending this if. And I'm going back to my div. Right now I'm checking for these parameters that I created. So if type is equal to series, and otherwise we do else, and we need to end it. Have it here, we need to copy it and place it here. So right now here inside we are creating two buttons. So one is to update series and one is to delete series. This will be simply links, and where the class will be button color will be button small, MT1 and empty MB1. If I remember correctly everything. And here's a link, and inside is again a Django link stuff, and here's a URL, series update, and object slug. That's right. And it is about update. So I will simply leave text like update, and color should be, but cool. And I copy this line and I paste it here, and this will be button danger, not a color right now. So it should be red. Other things are cool, and this will be button series delete. Delete, that's cool. And yeah, I'm adding some kind of these here, and it would be object slug, and of course delete. That's cool. And right now this is for series, and we copy this same lines for our article, and instead of series update we'll link this to article update and article delete. So I remove these. Cool, I save it, and if I go to my website, okay, we are not seeing this type. I need to save these views maybe. That's right, and I hit refresh, still the same. This means that, yeah, that's right, my mistake, sorry. And we save it, we go back, we hit refresh, and you can see here appear two buttons for update and delete, update and delete. And here if I press cats, oh yeah, that's cool. I need to change this to object series slug and object article slug. like that. I copy these and I place this one. Sorry. And if I go back, I hit refresh, and we receive the same buttons for our articles. And if I go inside, we still don't have anything yet, but it's way better than before. But right now we are still missing 4 buttons where we could curate these series and articles. And what I think is best to do is to create these buttons in a navigation bar. So let's go back to my code. I have these includes and navigation bar, and inside these I'm creating a few more buttons. And here I have if the user is authenticated, that's right, and here I'm checking if the user is super user. So I'm checking if user is super user. I do something, otherwise I end this just like before. End if, and inside of here I'm creating an additional link. So a class, and it will be navigation item, navigation link, with a link that will be equal to, okay, first we would like to add admin link, because as you saw, it's kind of problem for us to access this admin. We always need to type it. So I create an admin here. Another is I create a link for a URL, create series create, and it will be new series, and I'll create one more where we create a post create, and here we'll name it new post. That's cool. We save it, and if I go back to my browser and I hit refresh, we receive any more errors here. Why it is giving me this error? Oh, I see. I need to add them into these. Okay, I go back again to my website. I hit refresh and it appeared, but they are not that beautifully formatted. So let's check why it is. Oh, it's a van, not a nav. Okay, let's fix that. And let's go back, let's check. Cool. If I press admin, I go to admin, new series, nothing happens. New series. Okay, let's change this to new post. New post, fine. Let's go back, refresh, new post. Nothing works except admin, but that's for now. Let's create these. Okay, before moving to our view functions, I would like to still create few templates. We are missing one template where we're gonna confirm our deletion templates. When we click on delete, we would like to receive some kind of question mark again. Are you sure that you want to delete it? So this is like a must if we misclick and press on delete. So I'm creating here a new template in a main that I will call a new record HTML. And I have it already prepared, so I simply paste it. So here we'll use this for articles and series for both. We simply add this to our form here, we pass it, and there will be a button that is publish or not publish. So this one template is for new records, and also we need to create the same one template for deletion. So let's create a new template. So it will be confirm delete HTML, and it's very similar. And as I said, you are asking, are you sure you want to delete this? It will be either series or article and the object title. And yep, we would like to delete, we press confirm or cancel, and that's it. So we save these, new record, save these, we can close these, we won't need this anymore. Before that, I would like to still make a tiny modification to our, I go to my home and I copy these. Well, I'll pick whole div from here. Yeah. Hold there, I go to my article, and here, somewhere here, after this text muted, add these, copy paste them here, and this will be slightly different right now. This is all about article, not series, so this will be not necessary for us, and this is also will be not necessary for us. So it will be class ml auto, and if object author equals to user, then we're gonna use it, right? And this will be not needed. This moves back a little. We remove these unnecessary lines. That's cool. And I click save. Let's go do a quick check if it works. My article, and you can see these already are here. So, well, it don't matter we are inside article or we are in homepage, we can see these buttons. But you might change this however you want. If you don't want to have these update and delete buttons here, you might leave them inside of here. It's up to you. So cool, let's go back to my code. I think that's it with the articles, and let's go to my views, and here I import a decorator. So after these decorators, I would like to import something from forms, import, and there will be a series create form, article create form, there will be series update form, and article update form. Cool. So let's begin with this new series function. So whatever, we always check if the request method is equal to post. And if it is, we do something. Else, we also do something. So if else, it will be form equal to series create form and no instance. So here I'm returning a render of some kind of template. So for simplicity reasons, I'm just using a copy, and here will be a new record template. And context will be also a slightly different. So as object, here will be a series as a form, we'll give it simply a form. But if it is a post method, what we do, we make it a form that it is equal to series create form, and the instance will be request.post and request.files in case we have files. And now if form dot is valid, we simply do a save and redirect us to homepage. Fine. Let's click save. Okay, let's see what that means. Okay, I see that there is a field. It should be fields. Save. This should be solved. Turn our server. Let's go to our views, and let's go to my website home. Okay, and I created a new series here. Okay, new series. Let's click. Okay, it appeared here. So let's try to make something like a testing 2. Subtitle the same, and let's publish it. Simply, it was created without any problems. And if I go inside, nothing happens here. But if I create a first update, delete, nothing happens. And if I want new post, also nothing, and only new series work. So right now we created a new series, so we can work on new post. For simplicity, let's copy all of this. We go to our new post, and here, instead of this, here is article create form, and now instead of redirecting our user to a home page, we would like to redirect it to different location. It will be as a specific link. So here is a F, and it will receive it from form.clean data, and there will be a CS, and we connect this CS slug. What gives me this one should be simple, and here is another link that will be form.cleanedata as before .get, and this will be article slug. Okay, article slug, and I need to close it. Yeah, it will be new record, but instead of series there will be an article, and we'll return a phone. That's fine, and let's save. Let's go to our testing 2 and let's click on new post. That's fine. Let's create a new post with we'll call testing 3, subtitle will be testing 3. Testing 3 will also equal just like that. Testing 3, etc, etc, etc. CS testing 2. Okay, publish. No, it didn't work. Article slug, clean data cs.slug also didn't work. That's great. Let's see what's wrong here. And I love this debugging. And I run this in a debug mode. Fine, and I'll return to this point like that. We'll stop it here. So let's create a new post. It will be article slug. The third might be already created, but simply it might be not there. So publish, and we stopped here. Let's see now what we get from cleaner data. Let's go to debug, and we have testing 2, and this is testing 2. And if I press slug, it gives me testing 2 slug. That's so that this is fine. And if I do this, we have article slug. I'm not totally sure. Ah, we see, that's my mistake. If we use get, we need to use like these brackets. That's fine. So I need to replace them. Okay, let's save. Let's run it again. We don't need this breakpoint anymore. Let's go back here, new post, and this will be our. Right now, let's create a testing file. Don't worry, we'll remove all of these testings we created right now and publish. This was created and we were redirected back to our testing file. So let's go back to home testing, and as you can see, we created 3 new posts, and that's amazing how easy it is right now without admin panel creating these new articles. But right now we are able to create them, but we would like to delete them also. So let's begin with our article delete stuff. It should be very quick. So we have this article delete link. So we need to filter to find our matching article. So I'm grabbing this one, matching article. I go to the bottom, and of course I'm checking what is my article. And if request is equal to post, copy this. If request is equal to post, we type matching article delete. Simple as that. Otherwise, we call on else. Let's remove this one, and we return some kind of rendering thing. As before, the same as before, we return some rendering things. And here will be object will be no, we type here now, and type will be article. Object will be matching article, and here will be a confirm delete template we created. Let's save it. Let's go test if it works. I refresh it, and we'd like to delete testing file. Click delete. Delete. We don't have such a template, but it is already deleted. We go back. No, wasn't deleted, but right here, delete, and let's see where we stop. Let's continue with this. And we were redirected to the question mark whether we would like. We need to confirm. Do we really want to delete this testing 5 article? Yes. And now we stop somewhere else. We are missing redirect. That's right. So let's. After deletion, we need to redirect a user somewhere. That's why we're receiving this kind of error. And if I go inside, we don't have this testing file. So let's repeat this and try to remove testing 4. Confirm. And right now it works just fine when we added some kind of redirection, correct redirection. That's cool. But for now, we are able to delete this article. But if, for example, we would like to update these articles, let's create the update stuff. Article update. And the same as before, I will need to have this one to find these articles in my database. And if the request is post, let's borrow this stuff. If the request is equal to post, so this will be equal to form, and that is article update form. And inside here will be request.post, request.files, and instance will be matching article. Matching article. And now we are checking if the form is valid. It's not necessary. Form, if form is valid, we do our return, redirect to some kind of another place, and that will be matching article slug. Matching article dot slug, and this should work. But else we need some kind of else. Else form will be equal to article update form. Article update form, where instance will be matching article. Like that. And the same as before, we need to have a simple return redirect after all of this. Redirect, and here we are redirecting to new record HTML, and this will be object will be an article, and form will be equal to form. Oh, I see what's wrong here. I need to remove these. Today I do a lot of mistakes for some reason. Let's go back, let's hit refresh, and now we are able to update. Let's type updated and subtitle to make sure everything is the same. Slug we can't modify, just as we expected. Okay, let's publish this. And it was simply updated, and that was quick and easy way. That's cool. Now we also would like to try to update our series if we would like to. This is why we haven't updated this yet. This will be very similar to how we update our articles. I think I can even copy all of this, update, and instead of trying to find all articles, I'll need to borrow this to get a matching series. Matching series, and I go to series update. I replace this with this, and now we would like to add only first, because we are sure that only one article exists. Article series object filter, where the slug is equal to slug to series. I mean, right first. And now, if the request method is equal to post, what we do? We call them article update form. Article update form. Here is a request method instance, and here matching series should be matching series. And if form is valid, we do this, right? Matching series, we redirect person to matching series slug. And the instance here should be not an article update form, but series update form. Series update form with the same matching series and etc. And if it is cool and we are updating, it will redirect it back to homepage. And here series update form will be equal to matching series. And here we'll return an object that is equal to series, and form will be equal to form. We click save. We go to homepage. We click update. Testing subtitle updated. Let's check if it works. Publish. Testing 2 updated. It works. That's amazing how easy it is. And right now we are still missing deletion for this testing 2. So we go back, and we haven't updated series delete. So it will be equal to very similar to article delete. So I simply copy this, replace this, and here we created a series update. So we do the same stuff here, matching matching series, we are looking for it, and if we are finding it, we simply return this render where object will be matching series, and here will be type of series. Let's save, and it will not allow us to delete this because we have our relationships in database, so we might try to do that, and if I press confirm, well, it doesn't work because there is not null constraint field main article series ID. So that's cool. So this means we could implement another solution to handle this kind of error, but right now if I remove everything from here, I don't have anything inside. Click here, it's empty, and now I can delete this. Confirm, no errors as you see. So that was pretty easy, and this was the goal of this tutorial, to make it way more easier than it was before. Before we needed to go to my admin panel, and there it was necessary to be authorized as a super user to do things like that. Right now, if you are creating a website like this one, where you have profiles, users, and you want to allow users to create these posts, records, or etc. So this means you can create a decorator to handle these authorization for them and allow them to create these posts, and they will not be allowed to delete other users' things. So for example, right now we have these buttons and etc. If I press log out, everything changes. We don't see any of these buttons and we can't do anything about that. If I go here, I press delete, it doesn't work. You're not authorized to access this. And this is fine. This is how we handle this stuff. But remember, you should test everything before you release these things to a production, because if you might miss something, someone will find your bug and might use it to harm your website. That's it for this tutorial. I hope this was really useful, interesting, and quite long, but we pushed a lot of information into this tutorial that is really useful, and you should use it in your site if you are creating or learning group to create Django website. So for this time, that it's enough. Please like this video, share my YouTube channel, subscribe it. You can write me message, comment if you have any questions. I'll try to answer them. And for now, that's it. In the next tutorial, we'll try to check how we might authorize our users with an email. This means we're gonna try to implement the Gmail email authorization into our project. That's it for now. It was really nice to show you this tutorial, and see you in the next part. Bye guys.